Hey y'all, hopefully you guys are having a great break so far. I know school's just starting soon. And hopefully you guys have enjoyed the episodes we've posted so far that have been a little bit about the transfer and community college lifestyle. For this episode, we are going over how we are no longer fall freshies, no longer fall freshmen in community college, and hopefully we've gotten a little bit used to the system or learned just about like how to use our resources to the best of our abilities. In this episode, we are talking about the finals and the studying and how we dealt with that, and also we're going over how we are scheduling our spring semester because it's a lot newer for all of us. And there's a lot you need to organize and go over into your 2 year plan. And a few of us might be a little bit like stressed or confused about the wait list and all that. And there's so many deadlines. So hopefully you guys can relate or learn something and enjoy.
Yeah, let's talk about like just like study methods, the study tips, whatever everyone does.
Okay.
I mean, okay, I'll start, I guess. I like to just I've been recently going to the study rooms and you can just book one for like an hour. It's great. And like I just use the whiteboard. I think like the technique where you're like teaching like no one basically, like you're just speaking out loud, like teaching someone. It's a great way to like memorize stuff and all that. So that's what I do.
Definitely agree. Also something that I like to do because sometimes it can be a little bit hard studying at like home in your room is like the week before like I was getting ready to study for finals, which has started clearly. I just cleaned my room because I can't do anything with like clutter and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So my desk is like clean right now, so I'm so happy. Like it makes it more exciting to like do work and like actually like motivates you more to study because like I don't know, I've seen, oh my goodness, look at how cute this girl's desk is. Like I'd be so excited to study. Like I would put my books down and just be studying for hours on hours if my desk looked like that. But yeah, also just like a quiet area.
Hmm.
I do like the test it yourself as well. But also I like getting like making my own kind of like practice test, or if they have the practice test for the subject that you're doing, so that way like you can get like um a head start of like what's coming, kind of just like getting ready and be able to see how well you'll do for the test. So
Yeah, I definitely take the practice test. That's like the number one thing. But then I also do like the teaching yourself method. I do have like a whiteboard at home that I usually use, and then I'll just go through like all the chapters, make sure I understand like the key ideas. I feel, yeah, like definitely teaching yourself is like number one on my list.
Yeah, about environment, do you guys like to study at your house or at any of the study rooms on campus, like the library, or you guys like coffee shops, that side of stuff, like study with people by yourselves? What do you guys prefer with tutors, all that?
So there's actually I wanted to talk about this and this. It's called body doubling. That's why people like to like study at like libraries or like cafes. It's basically surrounding yourself with people who
Mm.
are doing the same task as you so that it will motivate you. So like I like to go to like Barnes and Nobles and like everyone's like reading or like on their computers and that makes me want to like also be doing something. Like I like coffee shops. I feel like those are like a nice place.
Yeah,
that is so true. That is so true. That's so true.
I wanted
I
to be like that, but I'm like,
No, I know. But another thing, I cannot study with people. It's really bad.
oh yeah,
Like
no.
it's very bad. I'll get distracted too easily. And so for the cafes, I feel like I have to really like lock in if I'm like in a like in a open area. Like I have to like put my headphones in and
Oh
like just
yeah.
do my work. So usually this kind of sounds a little sad, but like whenever I'm in the library, I don't even work outside of the like the area of the library. If anybody goes to the Pleasanton Public Library, I literally lock myself in a study room. Like, and there's like no windows or anything. So it's just like a box, and I like just do my work. I put my phone on the other side of the desk and I just do my work because like I like have to be in like an actual room so that way I'm like not distracted, like looking around, seeing what other people are doing and stuff like that. It just helps me the most. But I kind of sound crazy saying that now.
I mean,
However,
it's helpful with other people in your class, but I feel like I would need a
yeah.
teacher there being like, you guys need to
Mhm.
talk about like school,
Yeah.
the actual subject that we're learning, because then people
Yeah.
can teach you a lot, like tips and all that.
Yeah.
But it's like once the conversation gets off,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
If it's someone in my class.
I was gonna say the environment thing is really cool because I know that if you like look at colleges and when people are like talking about like the UC tour and all that, they're like, oh, this UC has like 7 libraries and all that. And then your dorm has like one desk for 3 of your roommates. So everyone has to study at the library and all that. But I think at UCLA, it's really cool. They have this. Have you heard of like the blue room there? Where it's like a study room and the lights are like blue and ominous, and that's supposed to like help you study. So like
That
Interesting.
sounds nice.
That's so cool.
Ooh, wow, that actually looks really interesting to study
I
in.
know.
I'd probably fall asleep though.
I know. Like the stars in the ceiling, like that's a setup. Like
is it
I'm gonna be
giving
falling asleep.
exploratorium? Let's see.
No, literally.
Blue room, blue. I only see a few. It looks pretty small. I thought it would be like a whole like dome or something in a blue room, but it sounds interesting. So we did test taking tips. No, we can start test taking tips. I think study guides, note cards. Love that. Love that for our teachers. It's a lot easier than high school was. And I say that first and foremost. And I was gonna say, like, compared to the high school format, obviously college classes are a lot faster because we're in a semester system and you have a lot less like quizzes, tests, and all that. So it's a little bit faster paced. I think professors are just like better about it. It doesn't feel like as stressful as high school, honestly.
I feel like finals this semester, I haven't, it's kind of weird because I haven't like panicked yet. I haven't felt that sense of panic like I do in high school. Um, I think it's way more um like I feel more prepared. I feel
And we also don't have like a dead week. I know like UC's
yeah,
I thought dead week was just like everyone's just stressed, but dead week in like college is like you don't have classes that week.
yeah. Which is I love that.
But we don't have it, right? Do we?
No, because for last week he just can't he like canceled class because he was like, oh, like to study and do homework 7, which I think is our last homework, right? So yeah.
Oh,
But it
okay.
seems
That's nice.
just let me keep my mouth shut. Let me not jinx it. I was saying it looks
We
so easy so far, but I don't want to jinx it.
we have Monday class next week, but not Wednesday, so he just left one day for us to study the rest of the week.
Oh,
My professor, we were supposed to have our final on Wednesday. But he was like, Monday, we're not gonna do anything, we're not gonna study. So he was like, I can push your guys' final to Monday, so we'll just be over with classes. We're doing our CS final
Ooh,
on
that's
Monday.
good.
that's good.
For math, I mean, I don't technically have to go next week at all because it's just like a study week. So next week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, she just has it open for us to like study and ask questions, but it's like not mandatory. And then I think my exam's on the 18th. So I basically have no class for math. But I think it's really up to the professors.
Yeah. Okay, so we can go over test taking tips, I guess. And also a little bit of like back to studying tips. For math specifically, obviously the note card really helps, but I think my calc teacher, he was like at the beginning, he was like, this was high school, like AP Calc BC. He was like, I've seen the biggest jump in your grades, and he was like, why is that? And I'm like, he's like, how do you study? And he was so interested, and I'm just like, I don't know. I guess I just learned the material better. But the best thing to study for math specifically is redoing all your examples. So I'm like, I look through my notes and then I cover the solutions and then I redo it on the whiteboard. Whiteboards are your best study guides because they're so helpful. It's just like practice
Yeah.
memory. I like that better using your professor's notes rather than the textbook because I've never been great at like navigating a textbook and all that. But that's very helpful. One of my biggest study tips.
Definitely, like when you come across like a difficult problem that's taking too long, I just skip over that problem and come back to it at the very end so that I can get all the problems that I already know how to do. That way you don't waste time for
Yeah.
like test taking.
Hmm. And then one thing I do is like if I have to memorize like a certain equation, especially for like physics, right when I get the test, I'll write it down so I don't
Oh
forget.
yeah.
So sometimes
Yeah.
it's good to just like write down what you know so you don't forget it.
Definitely. And then also, I think I would prefer going over like multiple choice questions at the beginning and then word problems at the end. It's also very helpful for like CS. I
Hmm.
think specifically when we have code snippet questions, sometimes professors make them so long to read. It hurts to read. And I'm just like, I cannot read this right now while I'm stressed and taking the test. So I do that at the end. And usually they're like the longest amount of points, or sometimes they're just like 2 points, just like what does this do? And then they give like a whole block of code. Those are the questions I hate.
Um, I think for a lot of people, I try to once I finish the test, I check that thing so many times, like the whole test, so many times over and over again. Because there's definitely gonna be times where like you mess up something or you forgot to write something or something like that. So I am very paranoid on that. Like I will double check, triple check every single time I take a test. So yeah.
Yeah. I think my hierarchy for like importance for what to go over is like professor's notes, professor's study guides, and then the textbook practice questions. And then at the end of the chapter, they usually have like a cumulative review. And sometimes for like, I know your guys' professors, you guys said they don't really give quizzes. My professor at the beginning, his quizzes were copy and paste from the textbook, but they're like CS. So they're like, this CS thing does this, like this module, whatever. And then I was like, oh, I can memorize this. And then later, people are like, we can't like write it out because then we get like the spellings wrong and we get so many questions off. And then he changed it. So before I could like find the questions and answers easily. Now you gotta study a little bit harder, but not too great. Not too happy about that. But I mean, just get it over with. I don't really like the quiz format, but your guys' tests are probably worth a lot more in waiting, I guess.
Like 60-ish, 65 points,
Oh
not
my
too
God.
bad.
Oh, points. Okay, not
Let me
percent.
check how much mine.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah, I thought you
60% of
said
your grade.
percent for a second.
No, so we have like two midterms we take, and our lowest score is 10% of our grade, and then the higher one is 20%, and then we do have like the final, and that's 30%.
30%, yeah.
Yeah.
So it is a lot of percent. It's like 50% is just, or 60% is just exams.
Okay. But
But
it's not like
honestly, I
your
really
final
like
is
his
like
exams.
60%
Yeah.
of your grade. That'd be insane.
No, 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 it's just 30%, but
Yeah.
30% I think is still a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
coding.
I also agree with you. Yeah, I like the way his exams are.
Mhm.
Especially the layout of like because I'm so grateful that he's not like some of the other teachers where they like because I hear um they like do quizzes every single at the end of every week and I'm like, well, like what if you missed something one day? Like you have to catch up and you take a quiz on that you messed up, like so I think that it's very his layout is more forgiving because sometimes there are days where actually all the days where I come in late. I come in like 10, 15 minutes late and I'm like, oh my goodness, especially today. I came in late. Like it was really bad. But also some days where I like well, actually it was once, but one day I didn't come at all because I had to I was sick, and so I just emailed him and he was like, okay, that's fine. Look at the lecture notes and look at the lab, and complete that and you'll be good to go. And I was like, okay. So yeah.
Dude, my class, like I I come in late a lot, but like now no one shows up to class and then he takes attendance and he's like, if you miss 2 classes in a row, he's gonna drop you from the class. But most people just come in late just for like
I
the
thought it was 4.
what? Oh, no, I think my teacher's just weird. Maybe. I
I
think
thought it was
that's
4 after.
enforcing kids. I mean, like, don't you
Oh,
can't show up like two
oh my
because
goodness.
yeah, at the end now our class is like
Yeah,
empty.
yeah.
You see the attendance sheet, it's crazy. Like he makes us fill it in every time at the beginning of class. And so a lot of people just show up for lab now. And then the days when we have
That's
quizzes,
crazy.
everyone's there on time. So we had a quiz on Monday and I came late and I was like, oh, I had a meeting with my counselor. But like the class is filled when we have quizzes and all that. And then he let me retake it on paper and he like printed it out. So that wasn't too bad. If you have like quizzes in your classes, then you definitely have to show up. Otherwise, I feel like you can get away with getting late in like a lot of your classes for notes because it's a lot longer. And then the notes, like, I mean, they're on the slides unless your professor doesn't post them. And that's a little strange. I know for math, you definitely have to be on time for us worrying about
Yeah.
that stuff. That's just a
The
good reminder for
ramping.
me to pay for my classes.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I'm gonna
Tonight,
be
11:59.
yeah, I'm gonna be
Literally.
dropped.
Oh
No,
my
class
gosh.
web it closes at 11, right? The
Yeah,
Wi-Fi
it says 11.
Oh,
11, and then it opens at like 6 a.m. or something, 7 a.m.
I
Okay.
hate it here. Okay. I'm gonna do that right after this. I completely forgot. Thank you guys for reminding me. I would have went and go and did some more homework and just
Do you
have
guys still have
forgotten.
to pay for your classes, or do you get refunds for it from like the full-time act that stuff?
Mhm. I got
Uh,
my check.
oh yeah, no, so we do have to pay. So I guess this is our first semester, I think. So I took a class over the summer, and then because of like the California Joe Biden. No, it's a California full-time student community college. You get it basically for free if
Program?
you're a full-time student.
I
The
did not
program.
know that.
So
Was it
I
the
think
program?
we can get refunds on our classes, but we still have to pay for them right now. So
Interesting.
yeah, I got this email about like refund account or something. I thought it was a
Yeah.
scam, so I just
I was
didn't
gonna
do it.
ask my counselor because I'm just like, you need to
Yeah,
be
me
considered a
too.
full-time student, but I'm
Yeah.
below minimum credits because I'm taking classes at somewhere else. So I'm just like,
Do you know take you can they offer like winter classes?
oh, like a quarter system?
Mhm.
Really?
No, I'm
I
saying
think
I'm
so.
asking. No, I'm asking.
Oh no.
I
So
don't think
they
so.
have faster paced classes. Like for example, I took English 1A over the summer and it was
Mhm.
like
They have
a
a late start.
hmm?
They have a late start.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's
Really?
a faster paced 7 week classes. So like for classes like English 1 in the spring, it's gonna start in like March. So it's just late start.
Oh, that's crazy.
You guys should look into if you want to doing classes at other colleges. It's not too bad.
I think ranked pretty.
A lot of like online classes. But I would do for like the iGetsy stuff because it's
Yeah.
easier online and all that. Or you can
Mhm.
just take your iGetsy stuff over the summer online because you definitely don't want to do that in person.
Oh,
Is
definitely.
foot physics online?
So I was saying for like those types of classes, I didn't know if I wanted to take harder classes online because I don't know how motivated I'd be to finish all the stuff online because a lot of the stuff it depends on how like high they're ranked on Rate My Professor. I think they're pretty decent, but I think for the harder classes, I don't think they're online. They have a few maths online, but physics is insane. Physics you should take in person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
How
No,
many?
that's why
So you guys have
it's
2 more physics left? One
Yep. I'm
A,
taking
B,
1A,
G.
so yeah, I have to take B and C still. And
Me
then
too.
I want E
Teachers
as
aren't too
well,
bad,
though.
right? Hopefully not.
Depends on the professor, I think.
Yeah.
Like if you take like
Yeah, when you
You can
start,
get associates in physics if you take 1D. So I already have to take 1A to 1C. So I was like, I might as well take 1D.
so you're gonna take that
I
for your last semester?
Yeah, probably.
Dang.
I think I'm gonna do associates of math because I'm already finishing all of math.
Mhm.
Mm.
What's the
Yeah,
last math to
the
get
CSU,
associates?
I don't know, it's like discrete something.
Okay, I can get
One of
associates,
those.
hopefully
But
then.
the thing about CS is like I don't want to do that because you have to do assembly.
Which class is that?
It's like CS 21, I think.
I think
No,
I'll
not, I don't know.
take 21 anyways. I haven't
No, I
even
don't know
moved to
if it's
this associate
21. It's
MBA,
like
that stuff.
it's like really outdated and I don't think I have time. I don't think I have time for that.
If you take it
I
your
was
last
planning.
semester though, I'm just excited for we have 1.5 years to not worry about
I
our
know, like
grade.
time is like flying by.
I honestly
Spring,
want to get like associates in physics, math, and computer science. Because math, I think all of us will get regardless, because we have to take all like a lot of math anyways. And computer science, I think
Yeah.
there's only one extra class. So I feel like getting associates are probably going to help in transferring as well,
yeah.
probably.
What are we gonna, is that something you put on your application, like as award?
I
Yeah.
guess. I don't know.
I
Or
think you can put it it's like good when you're like applying for jobs too. You can be like, oh, I got an associates in like math and then I got a bachelor's in yes.
that probably
Mhm.
makes more sense. 'Cause I haven't like I need to look into I just like right now I want to focus on like what schools to transfer into because I'm just like I don't
Yeah.
know
Mm.
about masters, bachelors,
Yeah.
PhD, that stuff. So I'm just like, okay, I didn't know we had associates, so that's cool. Because when you register for class, they first ask you what major you're doing and all that. But when you also like when you guys were choosing community college, did a lot of people tell you because a lot more people get into UCs there? Like so many people told me take classes, do full time at D because a lot of people like get into higher UCs. Like I know that's true, but I just like for the sake of
Well, isn't like number one? I don't even know how true that is.
I don't think that's true.
I think it's
I think we're
probably
in the top, but
it's pretty high.
not
DVC
not
is
number
like
heard
one.
up there though too. Because
I
my
heard
my brother told me to like take if he's like if there's harder classes, maybe take it. The professors are like better for that.
Yeah.
And then I
I
talked to
heard
my counselor, like said for like some classes she wasn't allowed to take at a different campus. If you look at assist and it says like you have to take math one and math two, that means you have to take it at the same campus. But if it just says math one and there's a line and then it says math two, you can take it at different campuses. If that makes sense.
well, I heard that it doesn't have good counselors. So I don't know. Like
Yeah.
my sister went to D, and that's why I was like, oh, I'll just go.
I
Oh my gosh.
mean the teachers are pretty good. I like it's not too bad.
Yeah,
I feel
I
like both of
honestly
them are equal distance from my house, so it like didn't really matter. Yeah, both the campuses are like equal distance, honestly. But at least has like the honors project.
Oh yeah.
So that's like pretty good.
I think campus, if you guys just ever want to take a different class, physics definitely. If there's like no good professors last second, just like even register for it's like a good like fail safe in case because like just even one class can throw you off your 2 year plan. Because I was just like, if I don't get CS2, I can't. Well, yeah, if I don't get CS2, then I can't apply for this major at one college. Like I'm gonna have to apply for a different major. Because then you need that's the prereq for CS20, and then that's the prereq for CS21. It's
Mm.
Mhm.
insane. So
Then a lot of people have to do 3 years for CS here. I've heard a lot of people are doing 3 years just because of the amount of classes you have to take.
yeah. Or it's like common to take 2 maths per semester, a physics always. Rest in peace to you guys. Physics. You guys have each other for study buddies. That's your connection.
A good professor. Like I wish she taught 1A right now because I have he's like retired.
I thought she does teach 1A.
Harpel?
Yeah, she does.
Oh,
No.
I think
1A.
she doesn't fit in like the schedule I had for first semester.
Yeah.
It like didn't
I
fit.
see.
And also he's rated pretty high in Rate My Professor. He's like rated a 4. Like that's a lie.
I still don't know what to do for my classes. Like for
I think you should take a different CS professor.
I'm scared, you guys. I'm scared. Oh my gosh.
You still have general staff that has her name for 1 out of 5, so you have a chance
Yeah.
still.
Oh my gosh. No, but I'm saying for if I'm gonna take physics next semester.
Do you know other times work for you for CS too?
Well, no, the other times do work for me, but I'm saying like the teachers. But like also it's general staff, so it's like
Oh, I was saying do, and then just join the just go to class the first day because they'll accept you off the wait list if
So
that
what
time
days
works for
does
you.
he teach?
I thought you
Because
said
I
that
think I might want to switch, maybe. Like I don't know.
if you do it, I'll do it.
We'll all be in class.
So yeah, what days does he meet though?
Monday,
Because
Amazing.
Monday, Wednesday, 11 to
Yes.
2.
oh, see, I
He
can't
also
do
has
that.
high flex.
I have
Really?
math.
Is high
He
flex?
has high flex for 9:30, I think.
So
Oh.
doesn't this
So
class
wait,
start
what
at
is it?
11
Tuesdays,
though?
Thursdays, you said?
Monday, Wednesday,
Maybe
11.
Wednesday.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
I was saying one last thing. You could do as CS2 online. It's kind of waitlisted though right now. So the
I think
only
I'll just be yeah.
downside, yeah, is that it's currently waitlisted, and to sign up for CS20, if you want to, you have to wait for your final grade, and then so you're gonna be a little bit behind. I think
I think
so.
I'll
Wait,
probably just keep my professor. Like, I self-taught myself for AP CSA. I can do it again.
Yeah.
yeah, just prepare yourself with the rate my professor. If anyone has any good advice on
In like a couple of weeks, his professors.
that.
Don't take him.
Actually, a lot of people put if you go to it's like people are so petty in his Rate My Professor,
That's
but
what
he's
I'm
really
saying.
not
Like, I can't even like trust them because what if they're like failing and they're just teachers?
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's
Like,
not that bad as people make him out to be.
Well, isn't 3 point something?
okay,
But he's pretty good though, I would say. He should be
great.
like a 5.
Yeah. I feel like the thing that I'm really glad that he does is he doesn't go off the textbook. Cause
Yeah, same. Oh my God, I would be like Zybooks. Oh,
no, literally, I'd cry.
Okay, I don't know. I've seen rate my professors. What is that? Zybooks.
Zybooks is like this ugly.
Is it like Pearson?
It's like a textbook, and then they make you do questions. You have to submit it, and there's a bunch of those challenge questions. It has no it's not even related to what he's teaching us.
You do that? I've seen stuff he makes you
Yeah,
do.
he did. It was the one thing that I didn't like about that class.
And that's graded on accuracy. Is that why it's time consuming?
It's just participation.
Oh, okay.
So it's not that bad.
It's just
How
But
much did you guys pay for your classes? Just
isn't it,
right.
it's 300.
I think it's
Total?
yeah.
I think it's
Per class.
160 per class.
I don't think I did this right. Mine's saying 594.
I
Well,
think how many classes are you taking?
Right now I'm scheduled for 3 because I can't get on the physics. I
I
can't.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
Because
That's
mine
right.
is 4 or 5 classes, and it was 800 or 900.
Yeah. It's about 200 per class.
Okay.
I think you can only take 18 units,
Yeah.
right? Maximum.
Max. And
Or
then
you
have
can
to pass.
get a credit extension if you want.
Okay, good. I'm scared, you guys. I'm literally only taking 12 credits. This is not right.
Mine
That's
is
because it doesn't count
6.
the wait list units.
That is also very true. You're right.
Yeah, you don't have to pay for your wait list and it doesn't add.
What's up? At least not now.
Yeah.
It has a 1.5 out of 5.
Sounds about right or no?
Is that this one? Because he has a D1 that was high.
Ones are sour.
His was
No way.
one of his was a 4 out of 9.
And by the way,
Four
it's
out of 5.
not that hard to get an A. An A is a 71%. B is a 40%
That's
and
so
above.
easy.
Wait, and
What?
The curve. Yeah.
Oh
That's
my God,
really
I'm
good.
so happy. That makes me so happy.
Like not that hard, but like many people did not do good. So
Yeah.
he rates based on like other people.
It's looking real good right now.
Wow.
But you have to put in effort. Obviously, he's not
Yeah.
like an ACA. I
Well,
wouldn't
yeah,
say.
yeah. Oh my God.
Okay.
I think I'm just gonna cry myself to sleep tonight and then we'll figure it out. This one's
After we pay, we
tomorrow.
gotta pay for our
After we,
classes.
girl, this is not my credit card. I'm using my father's. You can mess
Yeah.
up.
We don't gotta
But
worry about
usually when
that.
I did it, I didn't even see it. So now it's like physically like aching me, like it's my own money, but like it's not. So
Bad.
Mhm.
Did you ask your professor if he gives honors projects?
My professor?
Yeah.
I didn't ask him yet, actually. I think I should like go for his office hours and just ask him because I do need to figure out what I want to do next semester.
I signed up for his class, but I didn't get priority, so I'm waitlisted. But then I asked him, so I think we'll be in the same class. He said if I just show up the first day, I can get in the class. Who's your guys' CS2 professors next semester? I know doing.
Mine said general staff at first because it
Oh
was like the
right.
only one that fit into my schedule. But recently they posted, and it's like professors, not like the Calc 3 professor. It's a different one, and she's rated a 1 out of 5. So not too happy about that, but it's okay.
oh my
Dang.
goodness.
Oh my God.
I'm taking CS2 and I'm doing it online, and it still says general staff.
It's the lower one on the class web.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm still so stuck on this, you guys, because CS2 and physics is at the same time, at least for the one that I want, and it won't let me click it. And on top of that, okay, I'm not gonna blame anybody because it was my fault technically, but I was talking to him and he was like, "Oh, but you're taking physics really early. Like, you're supposed to be taking math too first and then take physics." And I was like, that does not sound right. But then like multiple people were telling me that. So I was like, am I crazy? And
As
so I
long as you
went and
take
dropped it.
calc,
Huh?
as long as you take calc,
That's what I thought. And I was talking to my counselor. She was like, no, like as long as you take calc, like that's fine. And I was like, okay. But so I may have dropped a moment. And so no, I'm on like I tried to go back and I was on waitlist at like 12 for like 12
Oh my
no.
God.
But the thing was is it won't even let me click it now because CS2 and physics are at the same time. So now I don't know what to do because it's either I take CS2 online and choose a different psych physics professor that's not as or I just take another professor
Is the
for
second professor, because I now for 1A.
okay how are they?
I don't really recommend him.
Oh,
He's
okay, great.
super smart. He's really smart. But his lectures can be a little bit boring. So
Mm.
personally, if I had a chance to choose a different teacher, I would definitely pick. She's really good. I'm taking her for 1C next
Mhm.
semester, but I'm also waitlisted. So we'll see if I get in.
Yeah, there's those are the only other physics 1A.
I'm not sure which ones that is. There is one professor who has like really long nails, but I don't think it's any of those.
Okay. So I don't know what to do. I'm just stumped. Like, I mean, I have to take physics next semester also.
I think you should just go with a different CS professor then,
Mhm.
Yeah,
where it's not a time conflict.
yeah.
Or you said your CS was online, right? There's two online, I think. I think there's one
Mm-mm.
online and two general stuff, and then got filled by that professor.
Mhm.
So are you gonna still take it with the 1 out of 5 professor?
I was thinking I should just take it online, but the online times don't match up either. Like they're during when I have a class.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like stuck.
Oh, I emailed him. Ask your professors that you're waitlisted for if they take people off the wait list, because I was number 6, which isn't bad. But he
Mhm.
said that if you're on the wait list and you show up the first day, like he'll add you. So it depends, like if
Yeah.
people show up. But
Like
usually,
Yeah, they do that a lot.
lots of people showed up and a lot of people, there was like the whole classroom was filled in the beginning, and then
Mhm.
a lot of people dropped out, so there's like a lot of space. Now it's down to like 20 people.
So the
Yeah.
problem for me is that I'm gonna be going on vacation, so I won't be back the first week.
Oh
And
my
so I'm waitlisted in physics. I'm number 5, and she already like sent an email saying that she's only gonna take like the first 2. So I don't know. I think I need to go talk to her in person or something because I'm not gonna be there the first few days.
Wait, if she even emails something like that, eh, could you still just go to the class and just
I was
like,
still planning to go to the class because my physics 1A, it was so packed, but in like the first 2 weeks, so many people dropped. So I feel
okay,
like I should just take the class even if I'm on wait list because
yeah,
eventually people will drop out.
yeah,
Hmm.
seems reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about CS because my professor, like now I'm literally the only girl in my CS class. Before
You're lying.
there
Oh
was
my
4.
God.
I'm literally the only one, and I sit in the second row. So behind me is like all the dudes. I'm like, oh my god. I think it's just like the professors because there's dudes behind me who complain like about him, and they're so loud. So I'm like, he can clearly hear you, and they cuss just like all the time in his class. It's really funny though. They say like those randomest things. But in the first week of class, like it was full, and we had like 5 people on the wait list. And then my professor's like, I can only take the first 2. The other 3 people like can't be in this class. So that's what I'm scared of. It's just
Mhm.
so confusing. Just talking about registration.
I think we should still sit in the classes because even though the professors say that, like people drop the first week.
Yeah.
Like in
Yeah.
my math class, there's like less than 15 people in there now. Like literally everybody dropped.
Whoa.
I think my class, most people just dropped by like last month, the W deadline, something
Mhm.
like that, where it won't show up on your transcript or something like that. My lab partner, who was the other girl in my class, dropped like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, oh.
That's honestly what happened with my CS class, our CS class. Like, so many people that I was like talking to, and then like one day they just didn't show up, and I was like, "Oh, hey, like, are you okay?" They're like, "No,
That is
maybe."
so late into the semester.
I know, what the heck?
Oh,
Are you even allowed to
girl that
drop?
the girl that sits next to me in
Yeah,
CS?
yeah. No way she dropped it.
She didn't. She's failing, and she told me she's just not coming to class anymore.
Are you kidding? I'm crying. Wait, she's just gonna let herself fail?
So she's literally in. I have 3 classes in person with her. I have physics, calc, and computer science, and she only comes to my physics class now.
Not even
God.
calc. Isn't she like a mechanical engineering major or something like
Yeah.
that?
Oh my god.
Oh, girl. What is she gonna do? Next semester, is she gonna take it again or something?
That's what she told me. She said she's gonna take CS1 with a different professor. But
I
this
think
is her.
Moreno's pretty good.
That's what I thought. I was like,
Like
you're
some
not gonna get
classes,
a
they do quizzes every single week.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's my class.
Ooh, how old is she? Is she our grade?
No, she's 1 year older. So technically this year she's supposed to be transferring, but she said she's gonna take 3 years, so she's gonna do another year.
Yeah, I was always wondering where she went. I was like, no, so many people were gone. Like,
Hopefully, we'll keep on our 2-year plan because people drop so randomly, and you need to find partners for all your classes.
definitely. That's so
Study
important.
buddies.
So important.
I
Okay,
know me and taking the same Calc 3 class.
what professor?
Oh, really?
Professor,
Oh, he's really easy, right?
Oh,
The stats
I
one?
don't
I think he's a stats teacher too. My friend was like, his class is like, you can leave early, all of that. Those are professors I want. You can leave early.
he's rated a 5 out of 5, so
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's a good professor. But now I have 2 because I
I
have
know. I was just about to
computer
say.
science. So yeah.
Good. So, with you guys studying and all that, are you guys as professors giving like study guides and all that for you guys to do practice tests or like a note card? For CS, it's a little weird. My professor doesn't. I don't think you can like get a study. I want to say cheat sheet, like a note card.
there are computer science class, even though I'm not taking the exam. Yes. He gives us
Yeah.
like one whole page front and back. Yeah, he said a whole page front and back.
For the
Wow.
final?
Final, yeah. Yeah. I
I'm
think
not allowed anything.
oh
Just
Be like,
I'm sorry, it really got me. That was so
I don't know how you would react to that. It's fine.
okay, but I'm not taking the exam anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Um,
you're doing the project.
project, yeah.
wait, is he
I'd probably
like
go.
you can't type it? Is that like the catch or something?
I think so you can. For the flashcards, I remember for the last two exams, you were allowed to girl, when he said cheat sheet, I said cheat sheet. I literally wrote it in the tiniest lines ever. And then the back part was just like cut out pieces of code that I shrunk to like
I would have done
font
that.
2 or something like that. I glued it on. I was ready to go. Oh my goodness. And then I like printed out like the practice tests and stuff like that. And I literally just like did them so many times, bro.
Yeah, so
What were you allowed
Crazy.
to use that?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my
I
God.
feel like the whole page is a lot, like
I know that's what I'm saying.
and
Like,
front and back.
and it's only for like that chapter, right?
No, it's cumulative, so everything you
Oh.
learn from the beginning.
I mean,
It sounds better than the project, but you know,
Yeah.
it's okay. I already started.
There's
so.
always a catch, especially
know.
if it's an open note like that, like basically open note.
Oh no,
There's
yeah,
definitely
it definitely
a
is gonna be
catch.
like
but is this exams like you have to like write code or like true and false stuff for CS?
it's both.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like
it's
a
like
mix of short answer, yeah,
Is
and
it Canvas or paper?
paper.
paper.
I
Okay,
wish
so
it
it's like the AP CSA
Yep.
AP exam where you had to write code. That was insane. I had to learn Java by hand. You guys get
Hold
the
on,
whole
sorry.
class period? I think most tests, I was surprised, most tests in for my math class, it was only like an hour. But for CS, is actually it probably will only take an hour. My catch with my CS class is we get quizzes every week on Canvas that are just like true false, multiple choice. And then for our final, we had one midterm. And then our final, the catch is that we have to do a flowchart on a different doc, which takes most of the time. Like you have to think of a flowchart and the code like handwritten on the spot.
Ooh. You have to do flowcharts for your code?
Yeah. And it's only
Oh.
That sounds really hard to do in like 1 hour. I think we get an hour and 30 minutes, which is pretty decent.
Yeah, for a final, like we'll actually have the whole class period. I think we have like 30 multiple choice questions. We have to do two flowcharts and two codes by hands. And he said we can't
Wow.
check using an ID and then just submit it. So I'm like, hopefully that's not too
Yeah,
crazy.
we also don't have an IED. Our midterm was like on Canvas. It was so weird. And then like it was like 10 seconds were left and I was like, it was so bad.
I
Yeah.
hated the flowcharts. Can I just say that? Those were so annoying.
They
Me
don't even
too.
help me, to be
They
honest.
didn't even help, literally. And like, oh my goodness, it was so annoying because like you had to pick the right shape and I would like completely forget. I'd be like, oh my God, is this really necessary? Like,
No, but think of that like an exam, like a question, and then I have to open a separate Google Doc, do the whole flow chart, make sure my shapes are correct. I have to upload that to Canvas, and that he gave us like 5 minutes just to do the flow chart.
the way I would log out so quickly and walk out of class. I'm not even joking. Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
Yeah, so flow charting, I guess it's very big, but it's only 1 point, so I might just take the L and just like not submit that flow chart part
I'm crying.
at the end. But okay, so study guides aren't too bad. I know in high school they were like I didn't get any like
Yeah.
I never got like study guides were fine, but never got a cheat sheet for classes, especially. But math,
No.
do you guys' math class let you have note cards?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get like a sheet of paper,
It's
like just one
so
side.
helpful in math. It's like 10 times helpful in math. I don't have to like study.
Yeah.
Memorize the equations.
No, literally, those suck.
I can just plug in numbers and then the teach I love it. Like math is so much better in college.
Yeah.
Literally, I totally agree with that.
Are you guys also have you guys been to the tutoring center at all for any help for
Parent support is really good. I go there weekly. You can sign up for it in ClassWeb. And it's just like math professors. I think Mr. O is usually in there. They just help you out with your homework.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to
I
pronounce
have them
it.
for next semester.
Me
Really?
too. I think I don't know if we're
Oh
taking
yeah,
this
I think we
class
talked about this
Is it math 7? 5? Math 5?
too.
too.
I think I'm calc 2.
Yeah, calc too.
I think I wanted to be on his class and I'm number 19 on the wait list.
19.
Stay
Oh my
strong.
God.
Stay
No, but
strong.
you know what? You got it.
Emailed him and I'm like,
We'll
what are
go
the
I
get
chances
believe
I
we'll
could
get
you.
get
him.
in? And he's like, not high. And then but he's like, we might open a different class and I'm like, okay.
If he
It's
does.
like all last second. And you have to pay for your classes tomorrow. So that's why I was so stressed
Today.
about like waitlist stuff. Because I'm like,
Yeah, today. I think today is
It's
the last
today
day.
at 11.
is it tomorrow 11 a.m.?
Today, 11.
Stop, you're lying. I have
No,
not
it's today. I was like,
I haven't
after this
paid for my
call, I need to
classes
pay.
yet.
Will we be charged extra?
No, it
No,
says that you can get
I think they
dropped.
drop you. They
You're
drop you.
lying.
So
Yo,
I'm
like read
hoping
it.
that
okay,
if
don't
I
keep talking. Let me go and log in and go pay my
Okay, but
classes
if
right.
we like drop it, like they'll refund us, right? But I'm like, oh, that's so
I
okay,
don't even want to
there's
get to that point, okay?
I'm
no,
just paying for it.
I
I'm just
think they're
paying for whatever
saying
classes
Bro, I got the card right here. Where the card at?
I'm gonna pay for mine after this probably, but they say on the email that if you don't pay, you'll get dropped from your classes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dollar laws are
So I'm
crazy.
hoping that people don't pay and I will get off the wait list for physics.
That makes sense, but I also
You're
need
preying on people's
to pay
downfall.
now.
That's crazy.
Oh my god. That's what I'm so worried about. 'Cause I'm like, there's something I need to stress about today.
No, I know. I was like, this is too easy. Like, I feel like I should be doing something. And yeah, obviously, this is what I should have been doing.
So, as some final notes, we gotta worry about spring. Like, we gotta be a little bit on top of our what we have to pay for. Pay for your classes tonight. We gotta find out what classes we get waitlisted off of. And then I guess we're gonna get another threatening email, just be like, pay for your waitlist class, otherwise you're gonna be dropped again. I think waitlist, they close off the waitlist, and then you get an email from your professor being like, here's a code, like I want you off the waitlist or something like that. It's a little
Yeah.
weird. So we gotta like email our professors, check if they accept extra people off the wait list and all that. And now that it's January, finally 2024, we really gotta get off our break time, unfortunately, and just prepare for the spring semester. We are no longer fall freshies. We've gone through our first round of finals in college, and hopefully, we've gotten a little bit used to the finals, how that goes, the whole schedule with the semester system. And we can use the study tips that we've mentioned and just all the scheduling that we're going through like in the future. Hopefully you guys enjoyed and be sure to tune in for more. Peace out. I am a woman in STEM. Bunsen burner on.